Welcome back to Yarn as a Second Language. So today I have a tutorial for you all. As you guys know, I am currently working on a blanket and I am using the corner to corner moss stitch. Many of you all got a lot of good reactions about this project and many of you all like it. I asked about a border, haven't decided yet. It's about 50-50 on the comments. But anyways, many of you expressed interest in a tutorial on how to do the corner to corner using the moss stitch. So that's what we're going to do today. So real quick, I'm going to show you a couple things that I've used it for. This is just a small example and basically how I'm going to show you today. But you can use this for other things. For example, I have this hat here. I use the moss stitch for the body of the hat. And as you can see, the moss stitch is very versatile and a very good one to have in your arsenal. Also, I have this blanket here. You guys have seen it a couple times before. I used the moss stitch for this as well. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial. All right, so for today, I am using a 4.5mm size crochet hook, and I've just got some spare cotton yarn here. The only stitch you need to know for this is the single crochet. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a couple tips in this tutorial, so make sure you follow along, and if you need me to slow down, just pause or rewind and go over it again. So first things first, you're going to make a slip knot, and sorry about the band-aid, it's a little gnarly, but I had a rough day yesterday and ended up with a finger injury. So anyways, so we're going to start off with a slip stitch, and you don't want to make this, let me zoom in for you a little bit, you do not want to make this too tight. Okay, let's start with the stitch about that loose, and we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Also, do not make this too tight as well. So we've got our chain 3 in this very first space here that we made, or chain that we made. We're going to do a single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. So you got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, voila. So now we're going to do our increase. So okay, this is a tip that I have for you all. A lot of tutorials will tell you to chain 3. I recommend that you chain 2. That's what works best for me, and I've seen other projects that uses a chain 2, and personally I just think it looks better. But feel free to try chaining 3. So I'm going to chain 2, and then we will turn our work. Okay, so next, this is the hard part. This is the only hard part in the whole tutorial, and it's not terribly hard. So just this is where you may need to rewind. So we are going to insert our hook in this space right here. I'm going to try to get as close as I can, right in there. Okay, just like that. You're going to insert your hook, and you're going to do a single crochet. You're going to yarn over and chain 1, and you're going to do another single crochet in that same space. Okay, that is how we increase, and we're going to chain 2 and turn our work again. So this is what we're looking like. Now, another tip, this is a very valuable tip. For the moss stitch, you're always going to create this V right here. You never want to insert your hook in the middle of that V. You always want to go to the left of that V, because on the left of that V there's a second V. It doesn't look like it right now, but once we get going it will. So here's a V right here. We're going to go to the left of that V and do 1 single crochet, yarn over, chain 1, and then we're going to do our increase. So we're going to go in that last chain. See the V right there? So you're going to go to the left of that, into that space, do a single crochet, yarn over, chain 1, and do the same thing. Anytime you're at the end of your row, you're going to do a single crochet, a single chain, and then another single crochet. And then we're going to chain 2. And this is really where your pattern begins. So after you chain 2, we're going to yarn over. Now remember the V. So it's kind of hard. It's not hard. It looks a little confusing because you got like a line here, here, and right there. But you want to keep your V's together. This one is actually going to be part of that. Okay? So that V right there, we're just going to put our hook into that chain space. Do a single crochet. Chain 1. Okay? Next up, where's the V? It's right here. Okay? So we're going to go to the left of that. Do a single crochet. Chain 1. Another single crochet. And then we're going to chain 2 and turn our work. Okay? So you can see the increase coming. Turn our work. Here's that V right there. Now, I told you that's the V right there, and you may be saying, well, what about that V? That goes together, this goes together. So we're going to go right in the middle, and that we're going to go right here in this chain space. Okay? So right there is our V. We'll go right to the left of it. Do a single crochet. Chain 1. Get a little yarn here. We're going to go into our next space. There's our V, so go to the left of it. There should be a nice space opening up, and from now on, you're going to have a nice space to work into. So right there, we got our V right here. Get a little closer for you. There's our V. Got a nice space to work into. Single crochet, chain 1. Same thing. We got a nice space right here. You see it? There's the V. Insert your hook, yarn over, single crochet, chain 1, and since we're at the end of our row, we're going to increase by doing another single crochet, and now we're going to chain 2. All right, turn our work. There's a V right there. So we're going to insert to this chain space right here. Chain 1. There's our V, so our next space is right here. I'm sure you all see it now. Oops. Pull a little yarn here. All right, so now we're at the end of our row. You can tell because that's the last V. So we'll insert a hook right to the left of it. Chain 1 and do another single crochet. And I believe by now you may have the hang of it. This is what we're looking like. You can see right here we got a nice corner formed. So we'll chain 2, turn our work. There's that first V, so we're going to work right into that chain space. Yarn over, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain space. And ladies and gentlemen, you are basically rocking and rolling now. Like I said, the beginning is the most difficult part, and it's really not that difficult. You just got to pay attention to where your stitches go. And sometimes like this V right here gets a little spaced out. You just got to remember to not place your hook in the middle of that V. Always to the left of it. So once you do that, it's going to push that together. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do 2 more rows with you, and then I'm going to show you how to decrease, because decreasing is a little bit different. So, like I said, it's a little confusing. We got 2 V's, 4 strands right next to each other. So we're going to keep these 2 together, and we're going to keep those 2 together. So we're going to go right here. Voila. Easy peasy. So now we're at the end of our row. All right, so we're gonna chain 2, turn our work. Now I'm gonna show you how to decrease, okay? I'm gonna go to the other end. We'll start a decrease over here, just out of personal preference. All right, so same thing. So once we get to the end of the row, this is the only time you really have to kind of pay attention. Let me pull some more yarn real quick. All right. So this is where we got to start to pay attention. Okay, I'm at close to the end of the row. So here's the end of the row. The second one's going to be the second from the end is going to be a little different. So we're going to do our normal single crochet, and instead of chaining 1, we're going to go directly into that last space. Oops. So do not chain 1, and we're not going to do another single crochet. Instead, we're just going to chain 2. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to skip this space right here, okay? We're going to go past that first V, okay? So we got our chain space here, skip it, and go to the left of this first moss stitch here, okay? And now we just continue on as usual. Chain 1, go to the next chain space. Okay, so now we're at the second space from the end of the row, okay? So we're going to do our single crochet. We're not going to chain 1. We're going to go into that last space. Single crochet. That's it. We're going to chain 2. Turn our work. We're going to skip that chain space and go to the left of that first moss stitch. Okay, then continue as normal. So what that's doing is that is decreasing. Okay, and we're going to basically finish off the rest. Oh, let me use a different finger. It's going to finish off the rest of that square. Okay, and this is a pattern for a perfect square. You can do this as a rectangle, and I may show that in another video, but today we're just doing a perfect square. So we will continue on. I'm going to kind of speed up because I believe you guys have the hang of it, and this video is already getting long enough. All right, so I'm in the second from the last space, so I will not be doing a chain 1. I'm going to go directly into that last space, chain 2, turn my work, skip that chain, or that space here. I'm going to go right into the next stitch. All right, we're about at the end of our project, and I will show you how to wrap this up. All right, I believe we got just 1 or 2 more rows. So this is our second to last row. So our first stitch is our second to the last stitch in the row. So just continue on doing what you've been doing. You're going to do your single crochet. You're not going to do a single, you're not going to do another chain. You're going to go right to that last chain. Chain 2. Turn your work. Go into that last space. And voila. Do 1 more to close it off. And again, I forgot my scissors. So this is where you would snip it and pull it through and tighten it, and this little space will straighten out. And there you go. That's how you make a perfect square. Here is a bigger example of that after it is cut. There you go. And it makes a nice perfect square using, as you can see, the moss stitch. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. If it did, please leave that thumbs up button for us. That does help us out quite a bit. And also share this video if you think it can help somebody out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We got lots of cool videos on this channel, and I think you will enjoy it. So let me know in the comment section what you guys plan on making with this stitch. It's very versatile. Basically anything you can crochet, you can use the moss stitch. All right. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys at the next video. Adios.